Marco Reus, what a player this guy has been for Borussia Dortmund and the German national side. Marco Reus is one of the best players in the world when it comes to his position in the left wing position. He's been an incredible player for Borussia Dortmund since he has arrived at the club. He's a very loyal player. He's come out and said that he will not be leaving Borussia Dortmund no matter how much money is actually offered to him, and that is definitely a player quality that you want at your football club. Marco Reus is just a man over at Borussia Dortmund. Since he has arrived in 2012, he has taken them to the highest of highs, which they have not been for quite a long time. But Marco Reus is such a quality player. But today I got 10 things that you probably didn't know about Marco Reus. Number 10, his favorite video game. Marco Reus's favorite video game is FIFA, and actually in FIFA 17 he's actually the cover athlete for the game. So Marco Reus is on the cover, and that's pretty cool for Reus to be such a fan of the FIFA games and then him to grace the cover is quite cool. Number 9, he's shy. When you think about football players, you think of them as larger than life, and you think about the players really having the confidence to go out there and do what they need to do on the football pitch. But Marco Reus actually considers himself as a shy person, really shy with his fans, and he actually gets overwhelmed when many people actually approach him, whether that's for autographs, to take photos, and that's quite cool that Marco Reus actually gets overwhelmed when people actually approach him. Number 8, he makes 4.36 million a year. Marco Reus has actually been one of the best players in the Bundesliga for quite a number of years now. He's actually turned down a few money transfers to Real Madrid and Barcelona. Marco Reus actually just recently signed a new contract with Borussia Dortmund, which will actually keep him in the club till 2019, and it is without a release clause, which means Reus will not be leaving the club until 2019, or if he decides to leave the club at 2019. His friends, the likes of Mario Götze, Robert Lewandowski, a few players from Dortmund have actually left the club, but Reus has stayed loyal and stayed at Dortmund. Number 7, forever a foul. Before Marco Reus did make the move to Borussia Dortmund, he was actually at Borussia Monchengladbach in the summer of 2009, and he went on to actually shape the future of the club. He did arrive there in around, like I said, 2009, and in 2011 he actually saved them, avoiding relegation in 2011, and then he scored 18 times in the season after that to secure a 4th placed finish and entry into Champions League qualifying stage for the club. Marco Reus took the club from really almost getting relegated all the way up into a Champions League position before he obviously did depart to Borussia Dortmund a year later. Number 6, he could have been an Arsenal player. You hear a lot of stories of players possibly going to other clubs and what would have happened if a player went to a different club, but Arsenal had actually been targeting Marco Reus since his Borussia Gladbach days. It's actually former Arsenal keeper Jens Lehmann who actually called Arsene Wenger when he was at Arsenal, saying that there's this wonder kid and not to miss out on him. Apparently that was back in the 2011 days, and it actually was Marco Reus. Arsene Wenger was said to be interested in Marco Reus, and there was contact between both clubs, Arsenal and Borussia Gladbach, but a deal could not be done for Marco Reus to leave to Arsenal. Number 5, his huge driving fines. The German star Marco Reus has actually found himself in some trouble off the field, and when it comes to driving, actually without a license. Marco Reus was actually handed one of the biggest driving fines in the history of Germany in March of 2014. Reus was also previously fined for speeding 5 times. Number 4, his love for tattoos. As we've been seeing for a number of years now, it's more common where we do see football players getting tattoos, and Marco Reus is one of them, and he actually loves tattoos. He actually has a tattoo on his arm, on his left arm to be exact, and it says Marco 31/05/1989, and that is actually the date of birth of Marco Reus. He once admitted that he actually had an obsession for tattoos in an interview. Reus went on to quote, "I just love tattoos and I have a good tattoo artist. There'll probably be some more in the future. It might even become an obsession for Marco Reus to continue getting tattoos." Number 3, he's a Justin Bieber fan. Justin Bieber, Marco Reus. Apparently Marco Reus is actually a huge Justin Bieber fan. It's actually Mario Götze who did go on to reveal that Reus is such a big fan of Bieber. Believe it or not, Marco Reus actually listens to Justin Bieber before games and even in his spare time, especially in the Borussia Dortmund dressing rooms when it was Goethe and Reus. When Goethe was at Dortmund, apparently Marco Reus would play Justin Bieber's music around the dressing room. Goethe actually goes on to say that he actually likes Justin Bieber also, so it must be a thing possibly in the Borussia Dortmund dressing rooms that they like listening to Justin Bieber. Number 2, his best friend. I've mentioned him quite a bit in this video, and Marco Reus and Mario Goethe have one of the closest friendship in football. Both of them spent 6 years at the Borussia Dortmund Academy before Reus did actually depart. They did get back together, obviously they did play together at Borussia Dortmund, but now Goethe has actually left to Bayern Munich. But Goethe actually honoured his best friend in the 2014 World Cup. After Germany did win the 2014 World Cup and Marco Reus was actually out injured, he could not compete and could not win the World Cup, Goethe actually took his best friend's shirt, Germany's shirt, and did really carry it with him throughout the celebration. Also, Mario Goethe does have a nickname from Marco Reus, and he is called Goetzius. And number 1, his idol. This is probably going to be a shock to you guys, but Tomas Rosicky, the former Arsenal man, is actually Marco Reus's idol. Tomas Rosicky actually played for Borussia Dortmund before he did leave for Arsenal during the seasons of 2001 and 2006. Rosicky was a key player in the Dortmund squad during the time in Germany before he's moved to Arsenal, and Marco Reus actually admitted that when he was growing up, he was a huge fan of Tomas Rosicky and he is trying to replicate him at Borussia Dortmund. He goes on to say, "My idol was always Tomas Rosicky. He used to be phenomenal. He had such a good eye for an opening and he knew where his teammates were and he was so quick." Reus also goes on to say that Rosicky had a great technique and was so intelligent and mature. Even though he was still at Dortmund, I copied everything about him right down to his sweatbands. That is how much Tomas Rosicky meant to Marco Reus and how much Marco Reus did look up to Tomas Rosicky. And that is the 10 things that you probably didn't know about Marco Reus. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video.